All right, so we've done the user authentication, the register, all the profile stuff. So now we're going to move on to our posts. So we need to create a post model. So inside models, let's create a file called post.js, uppercase P. And just like we did with the other models, we need to bring in Mongoose. And what I'm actually going to do here is create a variable called schema so that later on I can just use schema instead of mongoose.schema. So let's do mongoose.schema. I mean, you don't have to do it, but I think it's just a little cleaner. So let's do const post schema, and we're going to set that to just new schema because we created that variable, and we pass in an object here. Now we want post to be connected to a user, so we want to do a reference to the user, and we want to add here the type, which is going to be schema. Okay, since we created that variable, we can just do schema.types and then object ID, and we want to reference the user's model. All right, so that way we have a user connected to a post. That way we can make it so the user, they can only delete their own posts and stuff like that. And it also shows which user created it. We can put their avatar and all that. So we're going to have a text field. So type of string, and required is going to be true for that. Okay, we're also going to do the name of the post. So type string, oops, I'm going to make that caps. And let's do avatar. So the reason I'm doing this, the name isn't the name of the post, it's the name of the user. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to have the option to not delete posts if you don't want to. Like if a user deletes their account, I want to be able to not delete the post if you want to just keep the post. So I figured we could put the name and the avatar here also, so we could show the user easily in the post, like show their avatar and their name without having to dig into the user collection. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. So this is going to be a string as well. Now we're going to have a system to like and unlike, not dislike, but remove your like, just like like Facebook and stuff like that. So what we'll do here is we'll create an array of likes, and within this array we're going to have the user. Okay, so we're going to say user, and the type is going to be schema dot types dot object ID, and we want to reference users. That way we know which likes came from which user, and we're going to make it so a single user can only like a certain post once. They can't just keep clicking like and keep raising the likes. So this will include an array of user objects that will have the IDs, okay, which is this right here, the user object ID. All right, now we're going to do the same with comments. So let's go right under here and let's do comments, and let's set that to an array, and this will also have the user, so I can just actually copy this, but it's going to have some other stuff as well. Obviously we need the comment data. Actually we need to do some curly braces here and then put that in. Okay, and then underneath the user, let's add text. So every comment needs text, string, and required will be true. And I'm also going to do the name avatar, just like we did here for the post. And then I also want the date of the comment. So let's do date. Let's say type Type is going to be date, and let's add a default so that the current date and time gets put in. So we'll say date.now. Okay, and then I also want a date on the actual post itself, so we can grab that, go under the comments, and put in the date there. So that should do it. That's our model. Those are all the fields we want. So let's do a module dot exports, say post, and then mongoose dot model post, and then pass in the post schema, and that should do it. All right, so that's our model. So in the next video, we're going to jump into the routes file, and we're going to start working on our first post route.